Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 821 of Geeks in Space. I am Rob Commander Taco Malda, and joining me today, you would be completely unsurprised to see Chris DeBona.
Oh, hi.
And Rob Roseboom.
Oh, it's so loud.
It's 1D Pac-Man. I mistyped.
That's my theme song from now on. Whenever
Just
I get
noise.
introduced, that plays. Yeah.
Oh,
I wish there was a mute button. It's so frustrating.
right. You know, because web games, there you go. So this is 1D Pac-Man. So let's see how long it takes. There you go. Oh.
I'm not controlling it, actually.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, okay. Now in theory, I might be controlling it.
There you go. There you go. Oh. Yeah, get him. Oh, you're dead.
Oh. It's not very
It kind of reminds me of Flappy Bird.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, get him. There you go. Now you got it. You're in the groove. Oh, game over. I just found that to be very funny.
Yeah, so, I played a Wii version of chess. Where it's just the rank across. It's a little longer. It's like 16 across, and it's alternating colors on the checkerboard. And you start with like one of each kind, like a pawn, and then going back to the king, and then the diagonals work the way you think they do. It was pretty fun. So yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
And the horses go forward 2 spots, I think. Yeah.
Did we have I didn't see the zone. Did we talk about the kid who beat Tetris?
I was trying to find a better link for it. I meant to. Did we put one in the channel?
13-year-old finally beat 34 hours or 34 levels of Tetris or some nonsense. I don't know.
Have you ever watched how the modern Tetris players hold their controllers when they play Tetris now for competitive scoring? It's really messed up. They have like this thing where they have to hold the controller sideways and they do this tapping thing. It's extraordinary. But like I don't that video that was in there wasn't showing the technique. But if you Google around a little bit and find the actual technique, it is insane. Like the people who are doing that wear gloves and like they have like massive like wrist problems like immediately. So the only people doing it are little kids because it's so hard on your hands. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, kid beat Tetris. I watched the video of him at the end of it, and he's just freaking out, and he's so happy. It's so cute.
Gosh.
I never played
that score.
I never played the NES Tetris like this. I played Game Boy Tetris to death. My wife and I play Tetris 2 almost every day. We play a few rounds of Tetris 2. And let me tell you, Tetris 2 is not a good game.
Oh, yeah? What about the VR Tetris? That's just ridiculously bad.
Like Weltris?
No, there's a VR version of Tetris.
Yeah.
And it's I couldn't get into it. Let's just say I'm watching this kid. He's quite a kid,
right? He's a little dude. There he is.
Yeah. Okay. There.
You got sound?
The crash.
Turn the sound on.
Yeah. All right. We'll do so.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's adorable.
But he crashed it. He got Tetris to kill the kill screen.
Yes.
999999999. Look at all those pieces,
great.
though. 500 of each of those pieces. Jeez, bonkers. I remember, like, I think I got to, like, maybe, like, level 15 or 16 on the Game Boy. I just remember being, at that point on the Game Boy, the pieces fell so fast that it was impossible to get them all the way to the sides. And that's why they have to have that weird technique, is just to get pieces to the side. You have to, like, bang that controller, like, so fast. You have to, like, rock it in your hand. I don't know. It's neat.
Gosh.
But I love speedrunning.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Good for that kid.
Good for kid. Good for kid. So Alamo Drafthouse had a nationwide Sony projector fail. Somebody in channel shared this, right?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah,
it was shared
Ruby.
around, you know.
Ruby shared it
Like
in
they
channel.
pushed out a update like on the 28th or something, or
Right.
right before Christmas. It's like, guys, what are you doing? Come on.
And then we live in the universe now where like it boggles my mind that about once a week I have to reboot my TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand rebooting my computer. I'm a child of the 80s. You know, things just crash. But rebooting my TV doesn't like that does not fly for me. I do not like to reboot my TV.
Yeah, I don't know. The more things that can be fixed by rebooting, I'm all for it. Right. So
Yeah.
I just think we might have gone too far. And this, like, you know, film, you know, you didn't need to reboot film. I guess sometimes it just ripped.
Well, that was the thing. They wanted a better way of distributing the videos that they could trust and not have some skeevy projectionist copy it, and, you know, from the projector on. You know, it's like they're so paranoid, right? They're like, oh well, we have a better format now for, you know, multi-channel sound and video and da 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 da.
More channels.
Yeah. And then they have these huge hard drive arrays that are now the movie theater. You know?
Right.
Like,
Your NAS is the theater.
yeah, exactly. So
well, they were talking about
they don't
how
have to send it through customs. They don't lose copies. Oh, it's so much more convenient, and we can ship. You know, we don't have to cut film for, you know, every language.
we don't have to remember to get all of the copies back. So 20 years from now, there won't be art house theaters.
Exactly, because, you know, we got to kill them. You know, it's funny. I'm not going to say which one it is, but there's an art house theater, and it's not even in this country, where they literally pirate the movies and then project them.
Oh yeah,
because it's the only way they can get them. You know, and yeah,
I've said this before, but if I ever won the lottery, like owning a little indie run theater, like what Quentin Tarantino does in LA, like that would be, like, to me, pretty much the dream. But the copyright stuff, the rules behind it, like, just ruin it. Like, if I could just, like, give $1 out of every ticket to a fund and click a button and watch any movie that I wanted, then, like, I would do it. That would be so fun and so cool, but it'll never happen. So that whole industry is gonna die.
Yeah. Well, is the ArcLight still out of business? So the ArcLight is where they would do all the premieres and stuff in Hollywood, and then it was shuttered because of COVID. And my question is, will it be picked up by somebody else?
But how could it, right? I mean, Cinemark is about to go out of business. All those theaters are, like, on the verge.
They're always on the verge, you know?
Yeah, but if it wasn't for, like, Barbenheimer and the Mario movie, they would have all gone bankrupt last year.
Yeah.
Grumpy. It makes me sad.
Cinemas acquired the lease of the location of the former ArcLight in Sherman Oaks Galleria.
There's a movie theater that's about a 7-minute drive away from my house that has been abandoned now for, well, since COVID. And, like, it makes me really sad. Like, that should be something. I don't know. Now when I want to, I still haven't seen Aquaman because I have to drive 23 minutes in order to see Aquaman. And I got to tell you, man, I'm on the fence about watching Aquaman, but driving 23 minutes to see Aquaman, that's a hard sell for me.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Speaking of weird copyright stuff, there's about 1 million stories floating around about Mickey Mouse.
Well, and the first video games have popped up, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's really something, you know.
So, there's video games with Mickey Mouse. There's also some debate now over what is part of the copyright, and they found posters of Mickey with the red pants from 1928 or something. So I think the argument now is you can have red pants, you can have yellow shoes, but I think you might not be able to have white gloves.
Yeah.
Because that came later. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. Not a copyright lawyer. I am not a lawyer. The other one that popped up, though, is that YouTube demonetized a Steamboat Willie video already. And it was a guy who basically did a voiceover of Steamboat Willie, did his own voices. And
yeah, I'm sure the content ID system. No, that's
totally.
that's not yours. And it's like,
It is
YouTube,
now.
get over yourself, bud. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, no. What was the movie that the slasher movie that was coming out? But yeah. So
You mean like the Winnie the Pooh horror movie that was horrible?
Blood and Honey.
They have one for Steamboat Willie now.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait for the Water World parody, Steamship World, where he just travels around. His crew.
Multiple Mickey Mouse horror movies are announced.
Yep.
There's multiples. Guys, we're going to have our choice of Mickey horror movie.
Our cup runneth over.
My question is, will one of them secretly be really, really good? Like,
wouldn't that be great?
And
that's the hope.
The industry.
That's the hope. I mean, we want creative endeavors to stand on the shoulders of the things that came before them, not chip them away.
So can I say something? I know that Disney loves their Mickey Mouse. I never liked him.
Nobody really likes Mickey Mouse.
I'm like, what the hell? Mickey and Minnie are stupid.
Yeah, they're lame.
The dog was all right, but it's like, I'm like, dude, I don't get the.
What do you mean, Chris?
I really liked Daffy when I was a kid because he was always pissed off.
Who didn't like Daffy?
Like, and breaking stuff, and that was my sweet spot.
Yeah.
No,
Pluto was just boring.
The Looney Tunes were always dramatically superior to the Mickey Mouse cartoons. I think it's mostly just about the iconography and the history than it is about the value, right? Although I mean, there's like a million Mickey Mouse shows on TV that the kids all watch.
Are there?
If you go look, like every 2 years, there's like some new crappy Mickey Mouse show.
I've never watched one. I never watched the Mickey Mouse Club. I didn't even watch the Disney Channel. I never got into it.
You might be missing the primary venue
too.
I missed it. Yeah. What about the Wonderful World of Disney?
Oh yeah,
it's on every Sunday evenings.
Sure, no.
And have some special or some show about a dog that got lost that would run into a skunk. There was a skunk involved in 80% of their content.
It was basically like Funniest Home Videos before, YouTube, right? I don't even know. What I remember? I remember the ads for the Wonderful World of Disney. They would play during Wild Kingdom. Marlon Perkins.
Yeah.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I loved that show. That was a great show.
I watched all
Jim
those.
Would go in there and fuck around with the really dangerous animals while Marlon's like far away going, look at Jim, go and interact with that enormously violent animal, and you're like, oh, Jim, you poor bastard, No,
I loved all those Wonderful World of Disneys, but no, you're right. Mickey Mouse was never a character that I gave two farts about. And that said, I really like the Fred Moore styling of his animation, like in Fantasia, that era. I think that's
right. He was in Fantasia.
Yeah,
that was one I liked.
Yep.
There you go.
And he was also in the Beanstalk, the Giant and the Beanstalk. What's that one? The Tailor and the Beanstalk.
I didn't watch that.
And he's been in silly things. There's a Mickey zombie movie or a zombie short from the 90s that's kind of hard to find. That one I think was animated by Andreas Deja. There's good stuff. But I mean, honestly, Mickey is just not a character that I care about. I'd much rather watch, a Looney Tunes if I have a choice. But I want him in this public domain because he's culturally significant and should be used by every artist alive who wants to.
Yeah.
It's been long enough, damn it. So we've got a picture. We've got one here now. This is a weird one. Former U.S. Representative Mayra Flores has been accused of stealing pictures of food.
Yep.
It's such an Instagram crime,
right?
So
it's funny that we posted this one and not the whole Claudine Gay, the president of Harvard, having to resign over her plagiarism, coming to light. And it's like, I think we care more about
food.
About nachos than Harvard's historic first black woman, president getting the boot, So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this, but evidently part of her shtick is that she lives on this ranch and
Uh-huh.
yada yada yada. So now they're saying she's been stealing pictures of people cooking outside food and pretending it was hers. You know.
Hey, Chris, do me a favor and back off your mic by like 2 inches. You're breathing really hard into it.
Sorry.
No, no problem. Yeah, I also like that she was like I think her argument was that real Mexican food should be cooked on a gas stove, and these were pictures of things cooked on a fireplace or on a fire, and that's not how you do it. So she was posting it just to like get the flavor of the idea, and it was not trying to pass it off as her own food, and that seems like a really good excuse, and I believe her. The Harvard president thing was a weird story though, but wasn't part of that story that there was a whole chunk of data that she won't release?
I'm sorry, I was still reading nachos and stuff. What was the question?
The Harvard president that got shut down for plagiarism. I thought that a big part of that was that there was a big tranche of data from that study that she refuses to release. So there's some reproducibility questions.
Well, you know, it's funny because both Elizabeth McGill of some school and Clouding Gay, they both were called before Congress to discuss the anti-Semitism in response to the Hamas invasion and the Israeli, all that stuff. And McGill, basically waffled a bit on if it was wrong to be anti-Semitic.
The answer. The question was super simple to answer. She just lawyer answered it over and over.
Well, she's a lawyer, it's like what they expect,
But but I mean, she's also the forward-facing part of this university, right? Like,
so
if someone asks you if genocide is okay,
off air, that I can tell you. I can't tell you on air my Elizabeth McGill story, but so
pretty easy to say no.
I'll tell you off the air. It's a really good. I got some juice there.
She survived that, but not, copying someone's work, I guess.
Well, yeah. So
Chris, can you back off your microphone by like 2 inches? Sorry, I'm just getting. Sorry.
Anyway.
I guess the people who climb the farthest fall the hardest. I don't know.
Yeah, but also if you copy other people's work, maybe.
I don't know the stories. The one thing that I did see is that one of the people that she plagiarized said that she was basically plagiarizing definitions, which he was like everybody should just use the same definitions. She was defining terms, and so it's not really like have you ever watched H Bomber Guy?
Sure.
Yeah. Like he does all those videos where he breaks down plagiarists. And those people are just like taking like the one that took the Fire Festival and just like watched the documentary and just like transcribed it and re-recorded parts of it.
Yeah, really. The whole reaction video is just stealing is not always wrong. For sure. But the Clouding Gay thing, she was basically using work without attribution. Yeah. Which is an academic way of saying we're not going to say she just stole other work, but she kind of did, and it's like,
yay.
Yeah, it was they had a great word for it. It was like unattributed references or something, and I'm like, oh, you mean plagiarism?
Yeah. But you can't say that.
Wow,
that's naughty. That's a naughty word. Guys, do you have enough keys on your keyboard?
I think so.
Do you think if you had like a key that could directly connect you to a major corporation and then take your voice and like give it to them, do you think that'd be cool?
Wait, what?
Microsoft wants to put a new key on your keyboard so that you could launch Copilot. And I got to tell you, man, just anything we could do to make it more efficient for corporations to have my information, I'm a big fan of.
What does the key look like?
I don't think it matters what the key looks like.
Looks like a piece of candy or a slice of pizza.
Like a Tic Tac. Like a,
Get the
It
pizza
should be a
key.
big eye. You know,
Yeah, right.
like 2001.
it's a little mini OLED screen that does eye tracking, just follows you around the room like the Mona Lisa.
Or it's a big ear. It's always listening. It's always watching.
Yep.
So it can help.
It's so helpful.
You want my help, right? You know?
I've basically
webcam.
I've basically deleted Chrome from all of my devices now, but I'm still using Firefox, which I don't really care for. But like, I'm trying to get rid of the stuff that's the most. I know, it's not better, but it's better, but it's not good. No, it's hard, man. Like,
you want to support them, but then you use the thing and you're like, oh, this sucks.
No, Firefox is fine, but I don't like that the boss is being paid all the money.
Oh yeah, and she gave herself a raise, I guess, last year.
Yeah, that's not
she made twice as much last year as she did in 2022.
I don't know that those were the numbers, but it ain't cool.
Yeah.
But like, I try to disable the things that most blatantly are ripping off my privacy. But like, we live in a post-apocalyptic hellscape. How about a pre-apocalyptic hellscape?
That sounds about right.
And we definitely need a shortcut key, because now we can all waste landfill waste our keyboards, so that because like they have the Windows unlocky thing, which requires cameras, and they're gonna eventually just make it be like that. You're gonna have their damn key.
Yeah, I don't mind it though. It works really well, So, but yeah.
I don't have a camera like attached in my operating system to my Windows machine. I only have this running through like an HDMI capture thing, so that doesn't work with the Microsoft thing.
That doesn't work with Hello.
Yeah. So I've never used Hello, but I do use the face scan on my iPad.
Yeah.
And I also use the login thing on my watch, which is a problem because whenever my cat walks across my keyboard, I get a notification that my cat's logged in. Like, oh, I feel secure.
He's probably ordering things.
Right?
Mice, cat food, catnip. Damn addicts.
He's adding shitty techno electronica chiptunes to my playlists.
Different
that sounds like your cat.
Ride.
Different Roombas.
Yeah, canceling the Roomba because he doesn't like it.
That's right.
All right, let's keep going.
So
what is this everything thing?
So I was hoping one of you, mainly Chris, would have heard something about this and know about this. So over the weekend, somebody was uploading packages to the Node package management system named Everything, and apparently that's a special term. So by having a package named Everything, it started causing people to download every package from NPM. And it turns out that there are a lot of packages on NPM. And this is actually a major problem. And the last I had heard is that I had read somebody tweeting that it's actually going to be kind of a pain in the butt to fix this. And it was done as a prank. And it's really funny, but also kind of shitty. So everything is fine that we depend on like NPM and GitHub, and like there's 3 or 4 different platforms that if the internet like breaks them, then we all die.
Oh man, NPM. This is so NPM. This is the most NPM thing ever. That's all.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I always thought of NPM as kind of like what's the Perl? The Perl library that everybody uses. CPAN.
Yeah, but it's amateur CPAN.
Yeah. Well, I think CPAN was kind of amateur CPAN, but I think this is just like the bigger version of that. It's the now version of that.
But what's funny is how many people rely on NPM post push. So they go, okay, they write their code, then they do a push, and during that push it pulls new code off of the NPM repository and then puts it in front of the user without any checks. And it's like, yeah,
that's fine.
Like half the people using NPM Node do it this way, it turns out.
Look, man, I manage all of my systems by piping in wget commands unfiltered from web pages right into my shell with root access. So I mean, I don't know, it seems fine. I watched last night a movie called Life After Beth, and I was feeling like Roseboom might have seen it.
Oh, was that the Amy Schumer?
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza. That's right.
It's a zombie movie. kid's girlfriend dies. She comes back. She's fine. Family's secretive. Why is that happening? And her body slowly rots over the course of the movie. And I'm not going to tell you that this is a 5-star masterpiece or anything, but it's a good twist on the zombie movie. And Aubrey Plaza is, as always, just like,
Charming.
that is an actress who is willing to do anything. And she does a great job. Like, it's a really specific performance as she goes through, because she has to start off kind of like spacey and confused, and then over the course of 45, 50 minutes, like, become increasingly more zombie. And by the end, she's bonkers zombie. But it's like, mad props to her. She's a really talented actress, and I love that. I'm halfway through Saltburn.
I really liked it.
I did too, but I was watching it with the wife, and she was like, "I'm sick of this," so I have to watch. I'm gonna watch the second half of it today.
So the thing I was going to tell you with Aubrey Plaza, have you seen Emily the Criminal? That's really good.
Yeah.
It's like stupid good. How good that movie is.
Is that it's a movie? All right.
Yeah, Emily the Criminal. It's basically she's sort of down on her luck person, and just watch the trailer.
Yeah. I'll check that one out. I need some new video. Either of you find anything worth watching this weekend? Besides Aquaman, which I know you guys are both like just ready to drive 23 minutes.
That's my thing.
I mean, I drive 23 minutes to see Aquaman, I guess.
I think you have to drive 23 minutes to get to the highway, right? I mean, yeah.
Actually, the highway's pretty close.
Rob is so close to the highway.
Any place.
You can like walk to the highway.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it would take you 40 minutes to get to my movie theater.
Life After Beth.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you this is a 5-star masterpiece or anything, but it's like, did you see her in, what was it, The Bear, or Bear? She's really good.
Just called Bear.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
so talented. But I need some good media to watch, and what I really need is some good horror comedy, because that seems to be the sweet spot for one of my teens. He didn't think that
or a zomedy.
A zomedy, there you go. Yeah. Well, have you seen Warm Bodies? He liked that one. So we thought this one might work, but we'd never seen this one. But this one isn't nearly as good as Warm Bodies.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, but
it's charming.
Nicholas Hoult can't do anything wrong,
It's charming. I do like me the Nicholas Hoult.
They're making a murder bot.
We talked about that last week, last Tuesday.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
On this very channel. Our podcast listeners might not want to smash that like button and hit subscribe and share with their friends now that they realize that we're just talking about something we talked about on Tuesday.
We're just yammering,
That's right. We have nothing else to do.
Everyone involved understands that,
This is just us making sure that we're not dead.
Tom, Ambaloo.
No way. We get like 100 listeners on the podcast every time.
Yeah, I mean, man, I just named 3 of them.
Yeah.
We could probably name them all.
That's only like 2% of our audience.
Yeah, it's true.
Do we got to go out with a romper room? I see Ruby and I see Christopher. Yeah. No, I need another movie. I need some more. I need some new, fresh entertainment.
Okay, jeez.
I know. We started watching. I was watching Yule Log again for Christmas. That movie's nuts.
Did you see Renfield?
Renfield's really fun. Renfield is fun. It's not like a great movie or anything, but it's fun.
Did you start watching The Great?
I'm a couple episodes into The Great. I like The Great.
That thing.
Kat was bored of it, so when Kat isn't interested in something, that's a no-no. We're caught up on Reacher. I'm actually really enjoying Reacher.
Yeah.
And we finally caught up on Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
That took a while. About halfway through Rick and Morty, I was like, all right, fine. This is what you are now. Let's roll.
The shit?
Oh, no. That sounds like life is happening. Should we say goodbye to the internet, Chris?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Chris DeBona.
Bye.
That was Rob Roseboom.
See ya.
And I was Rob Commander Taco Malta. We'll see you next week. It's going to be great. Bye-bye.